Brad's asking you, said, what record do you think FSU needs to have this year to get more attention from those top tier talent? We talked about them missing out on those star players. They have that great depth. Where do they need to get to get those top end talent players?
All right. I feel bad. Like a lot of the answers I'm giving you, I feel like they're not just these simple ones because I think there's some nuance and some layers to this. But
no, Brendan, listen, I am all about the nuance. That's why we're having these discussions. That's why this isn't on Twitter.
Yeah, that's true. There's no workout here. Last year, like I think those are pretty clear. Like if you won 6 or 7 games, like you were going to put yourself in position for like a Marvin Jones Jr., Kevin Coleman. Travis Hunter happened, and I think if you had got off to a better start, like maybe you prevent some of the looking around and the wandering eye at the end. This year, I think you're already starting in a bit of a hole because of what's happened previously. The recruiting momentum, which does legitimately exist, like covering recruiting, like you can feel it. You can talk to different recruits, different coaches, and can sense when there's a buzz versus when there isn't.
Brendan, look, Texas is back today, right?
They got Arch Manning. I saw that.
It happens almost like 20, 30 minutes before we started. So, we're talking about FSU having to decide between quarterbacks. Texas has 2 5-star quarterbacks right now. So momentum can just flip that, right? So it can change so quickly.
Yeah. The Travis Hunter thing I thought was, I call it the thing, like it minimizes it. That was devastating. And just for the optics, like it made FSU not cool to go to, really is kind of like as I viewed it. Like I remember that day, the next day thinking about it, I was talking to Berg on the phone and I was like, man, it feels like FSU got demoted like down a tier in the college football ranks. Like as cool as Travis Hunter was making it cool to go to Florida State despite some of the issues, and like the way it happened made it where FSU was a laughing stock. And you can't get back to there. Like you said, it all can change like that. But I think FSU is in the point now, and it's rebuilt with Mike Norvell, where it has to kind of create its own momentum. It can't just be based on the recruiting trail. Like it has to be on the field, which brings us back to what we started with in our conversation, is that you have to win games this year. So getting to Brad's question, 7 or 8, I think gets you to where, like, maybe if you get to 8 wins, depending on how that looks, maybe that helps you close on some of the blue chip guys you're in on now. Maybe it gives you a little bit more juice, like someone like a Roger Kearney, a DJ Chester, like these blue chip offensive linemen that you're in on, Shelton Sampson. Like it allows it to be like FSU be a more viable, something they can validate going to over a more established program at the moment. But to really get in the place where you're getting those 4 and 5 stars on campus consistently into the, like, just the sheer mass, like numbers game where you need like a bunch of them showing up, I don't think it really matters a ton for the 2023 cycle. I think it's then if you have a good, 8-win season this year, like maybe it helps close on some guys, but really then it kind of allows you to get a little bit more juice in the 24 cycle. Now, if you go ahead and really like surprise some people and win some close games and get to 10 wins, then I think that changes the math a lot. Like, but we're looking at maybe a 5% chance of that happening. Like that's a lower odd proposition. Yeah. You having to win in a pretty tough schedule and a tough Atlantic this year. So, Brad, I think you have to win 7 or 8 games this year to kind of give yourself a chance in the 2024 class. I think anything short of like just really overachieving, getting to like double-digit wins probably doesn't do a ton for like overhauling your total recruiting efforts in the 23 cycle.